everybody, we're back on a job, but if you can see, I'm not in my regular environment. I am up in the upstate, and well, I'm with Upstate Brush Control, and I'm with John hanging out on a job. I had to come up to Clemson for the weekend. It's Misty's daughter. She's a senior at Clemson, and her ring ceremony, she's getting her class ring this weekend. There's a whole big ceremony and thing. So me and Misty's sister and her husband, we all came up to see her. So I was like, if I'm gonna drive 4.5 hours up to Clemson, I'm gonna come for a couple of days. So I called John, and John said, come help me out. And I was like, sweet. So check this out. I called John. John's like, I got a VT-100
I can't get the hoses in.
You can't get the hoses? I have such a hard time. Does it have a pressure release?
It does.
Okay, there it goes.
Oh, my stars.
I had a hard time getting I always have a hard time getting mulchers to hook up to these ASVs, man. It's the worst. I don't know what it is. I had to get I had to hook the TMC up to the 120 the other day. I had to get my dad to help me to get the hoses to go in. So yeah, I know the struggle. So John's got this VT-100 from ASV on demo. Right now it comes with this ASV cutter head, which is basically just a Fecon Blackhawk with ASV stickers on it. So he just got this. He has not even run it. I've never run one. This is like their new, so the VT is a vertical lift. So like the 120s and the 135s, they're radial. So when they lift up, they go like this. This one's vertical, so it's got a vertical lift on it. So that's why this all looks different back here. 100 horsepower, 40 gallons a minute, max series cab. And we got
same track system as the 120s,
yep,
135s. I don't know the weight on it.
We'll look you guys up some specs and everything, but we know it's 100 horsepower. We know she's putting out about 40 gallons a minute. This is basically the same class size as like a 333G or a Kubota 97, like that 100 horsepower, 40 gallons a minute. You know, so kind of that mid-range between the 75 and the 120 or the 135. Really great looking machine. Should spin this Shearex and this Blackhawk pretty good. I'm excited to see what this thing can do. I love the Max Series cab. That's nice. Me and John, we were thinking about burning, and then we were like, but we got this. Like, why would we have this though? Oh
yeah, debatable.
Yeah,
I don't know. We could run it, be like, get the torch out.
Yeah, we're gonna find out. Yep. So John's gonna hop in this thing and go find out, see how it does. If it does really good, we might mulch. If it doesn't, we're gonna burn. So I'm gonna hop in the Cabelco and start ripping some of this stuff out right here. We gotta clear this out. So let's get to it. I'm excited to see what this thing can do. So the Blackhawk comes in two sizes. The one that John had before is the really wide one. That's the little narrower one. So that's the perfect size for that size machine. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. Let's go hop in the Cabelco. All right, everybody, we've had a bit of change of plans. This, using the excavator, me and John kind of had the same idea of this. Using the excavator to grub this out is just not very efficient because of all this vine and small stuff in here. This big machine is just not really great at getting this little stuff out of here, and these little vines and stuff. I mean, let me hop down here. Oh, like these little things, you know, it's time consuming with this particular machine. So John and I agreed the dozer would be the best bet, and he was right about that. So we went and grabbed the dozer. I'm gonna snatch out a couple of these big poplars real quick. We're gonna take that pear out. I'm gonna snatch a couple of these other poplars out, and then he's gonna take the dozer through here and just push all of this back that way. We'll take the excavator back there, shake the dirt out of it, grind everything up back there. And John's really liking the 100 right now, says it's doing a great job. So we'll grind all this down. So I'm gonna hop back on the excavator, pop these trees out, and then he's gonna start pushing. right, John is making excellent progress with the dozer. So much quicker doing that with the dozer with this little stuff. I've got us a nice decent pile back there. Just piled that up with the 210, and I just cut a little bit. I mulched a little bit of stuff back there first, try to get a handle on, see how this thing was going to do. And John was very impressed with it. He said you can't even hardly tell the difference between it and the 120 as far as production. And this thing eats. I mean, it eats. It handles a little differently than the 120. It's definitely faster. It's definitely more responsive on the joysticks. It seems like they've done a little bit of tuning when it comes to the controls and everything. As far as how it handles the visibility out of this Max Series cab, as the glass comes all the way down through there, you can see everything out of this cab. It's so much nicer on the visibility. You can see the edges of the tracks, the mulcher. It's a lot more visibility in that cab, a lot more room. It's nice. But this has ASV on it, but this is a Fecon Blackhawk is what this is. It's just branded ASV, but it's a Fecon Blackhawk. You remember John had a Fecon Blackhawk for a little while, and that's what this is. So I think maybe we'll hook the Shear X up to it here in a bit, see how it does with it. But we're running 37 gallons a minute on it right now is what she's running, and it is eating that stuff up. So I've got a nice pile. I'm gonna hop back in the machine and we're gonna go chew that stuff up. Alrighty folks, that's it for today. Getting her done, looking good. Really, honestly, really impressed with this 100 here. I mean, obviously it's not a 120 or a 135, but there, you know, me and John were just talking about it. There's not another 100 horsepower machine on the market that can do what this thing does and its production. I mean, it was just, I got some good close-ups of me chewing those big stumps. That was the biggest stuff we chewed up all day today, was that last little bit that I did. Those big poplar stumps right there, and I think one was a gum stump too, but it just chewed them up. That Blackhawk, this thing is aggressive. Anything it hits, it just wants to just pull it in. I mean, it's this thing chews it up really good. We're gonna swap the heads out for the Shear X tomorrow. Everything should work on it without having it to be retuned. So that's the hope, because the pressures are the same. We'll just turn down the flow. We were running it all day at 37, and then when I went to chew those stumps up, I turned it up to 39. It does top out at 40 gallons a minute. So, but we did all this in here today at 37, and then I did those last couple stumps at 39, but it ate. The cab is really nice. I love the cab. The leg room, the visibility, all super nice. It's definitely it seems like it handles a little smoother than my 120. It scoots around really good, and yeah, it was pretty awesome. The only thing I would say that it struggles with a little bit is, like, if you're back dragging and you bog the head down a good bit and you go to pull back forward, it does rob power a little bit from the tracks to spool the head back up. So it's a little sluggish, kind of getting to take it back off a little bit. I mean, it doesn't stop dead or anything like that, and it'll move, but that's one thing the 120 doesn't quite do as much as this one does a little bit, but because it's definitely trying to push as much as it can to the head to keep it going. So it is very productive, very productive. It's pushing a lot of flow and power and PSI to that head. So this one has the Yanmar. So like my 120, the older one had the Cummins in it. This one's got a Yanmar engine in it, because Yanmar bought ASV a year or two ago. So they're slowly swapping out these machines with Yanmar engines. Track frame is all the same, I think, on the to the 135. It's just, I think everything about this thing is just, it's like, as far as the undercarriage on it, it's same as the 135. It's just got a little bit different upper. But yeah, all the forestry guarding on it and everything. So we got all that mulch down, got most of this cleared out right here. We made pretty good progress. John said he's gonna bring the pole saw tomorrow. Might be a few more trees he needs to pluck off that line right there. But he got the dozer through here, got all this graded out, looking good. There's a little bit of rock in it. Found some rocks, and there's a brick. There's like some gravel in here. I don't know what was in here before, but yep, that looks good. So we will be back tomorrow, and yeah, a lot more stuff to come. Stay tuned, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.